during my school days, I didn't get to see computer. But for me, education, purpose of education was contributing something to society. How I can bring some change to current situation. Education, when you forget everything in textbooks, what remains is education. When you forget everything in textbooks, what remains is education. That means, it doesn't mean that you don't read books, but education is like a skill. If we know bicycling, when we are swimming, we never forget. So nowadays I see there is a huge gap. So education has to be like a skill. So for me, education was how I can contribute to current problems. When I was a student like you, whenever I used to do some project, I used to think top 10 problems of the nation, top 10 problems of the world. That time I didn't have the skills and resources to solve those problems. But what it made, it broadened my vision, deepened the roots. That connection was there. And that is the key. Once we have that connection, then we can connect the dots throughout what we learn in life. So always that thing was there. And I remember during my first year of engineering, sometime I used to sit in the final year of my engineering class 2. I used to do a lot of presentations, projects. So first time when I went onto internet, I went onto a NASA website. And that time Mars rover mission was there. US had sent a Mars rover on Mars. And that rover had stopped working. And then just as the first time sending emails, there was excitement. I created a solution. Small solution, and I sent out that email to NASA, and that solution made that rover work. So then NASA people called me and they said, your solution made our rover work, you come to US, we want to felicitate you, we want you here. And I said, no, I don't want to come to US, I have my unit test, I have my exams. So I was so much into my own world, and but eventually I was part of NASA's team. They sent my name to, during next mission, they sent a compact disc with my name to Mars. What I did, I invited their NASA team to my village. There is a lunar crater where I belong to. Some of you might know. There is a crater by meteorite impact. So it was a unique thing, and I had wrote an article on it. So instead of that, I sent that article to them, and I invited NASA team to come to my village. And the next mission, deep impact mission of NASA, it was related to that Mars, that lunar crater. We created an artificial impact crater on other comet to find out the origin of universe. So that connection was always there. I wanted to do something for my motherland. Eventually, after my graduation, I went to US. I was consulting with NASA on some projects. I did my master's in nanotechnology and master's in entrepreneurship too. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. So during my first year of engineering, I remember I started a company, Faith India. So a couple of friends in our room, rented room, we started a first company. During few years, we failed in few of the companies. But I would like to say that this time, young age, when you're a student, this is the best time to start something new. Because risk of losing anything is very less. You don't have a fat salary to lose. If you fail in something, you don't have anything to lose. So this is the best time you can start something. So most of my things, my businesses or most of the ideas, my achievements, when I go back to my college days, those were the days when those ideas, those friendship, those skills that got nurtured. So everything was very good in US. In 2011 April, President Kalam was on tour to US in Chicago, and when we were together, he said, youth like you must come back to India. We discussed about Pura, and eventually I'm working on it too, like creating a tourist Pura. He said, you must come back to India. Same time Anna's Andolan was there, Anna Hazare's India Against Corruption. I was a president at my university, and we did Andolan there also, first outside India. And then I decided to come back during August, September. I was part of India Against Corruption team too. Now I am introduced as a politician, but I didn't come for politics in India. That time politics was not on my mind. We had witnessed the Egypt revolution, that youth can do something. When in US we used to discuss that about two things about India, youth and villages. 65% population is young population, and 65% of the people stay in the villages. So my goal in life was to, since then, using youth empowerment, using this youth power how we can uplift the villages, how we uplift the rural parts, how we uplift the tribal parts. That's how my journey started. And then after seeing, being part of Anna's movement, I realized that we have to have good people in politics too. We need revolutionaries in politics. We want to change, bring that change. And I decided to contest the Jilla Parishad election. I could have contested directly, gone for MLA or MP, but I wanted to start from the small village, because we can, if we want to have a real change, we can start real change from grassroots. I contested election, and I remember it was Jan 2012, 14 Jan. That day we decided, लोग संघर्ष विनाश के लिए करते हैं, हम संघर्ष से संघर्ष करेंगे और जीत सच्चाई की होगी. That's how I started that. And during my initially, everyone used to laugh. I was thrown out of my home. My family members, they like, from NASA back to social work is fine, but to politics, it was my friends. Everyone used to laugh. But eventually, within 15 days, we got a revolution. We brought a revolution. What you have seen in Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party has done. Before that, actually, Arvind had written in a couple of blogs, and my story was one of the inspirational story for Aam Aadmi Party to start that party, because I was one of the first one who got out of from Anna's movement to contest election without money power, without muscle power, without caste politics. And earlier 2 awardees, as you mentioned, 1 rupees for dam, 1 rupees a meal, and my story is 1 rupees. I asked people, give me 1 vote and 1 rupee. So its vote is a donation. It's like a matadan. It is given out of. So people contributed for my election, and I got more money than required to contest an election. And this time also, I believe that democracy is still alive if we go in a such way, if our intentions are pure. But you require a lot of energy. You have to take the risk. Once you take risk, right now nation is ready. A lot of youth, they want to do something, but they don't know how to do. So that giving that vision, direction, that is our challenge. And as a management students, our responsibility is take that U-turn. India was a prosperous nation thousands of years back. Mughal invasion, British invasions, and now politicians got into plunder. And it is youth, we can take that U-turn.